Do you try and make everything perfect in your life? Or do you feel as if you always get near perfection, yet it seems to be out of reach? Welcome to the Alpha Life Project. You know this is the place where the focus is on all things you, with an agenda of establishing awareness, enabling analysis, and empowering action, so that you can also upgrade your life. This is Bala, your fellow Alpha Lifer and host, and it's a wonderful weather for all of us to live our Alpha Life. Today we have a very interesting topic yet again for introspection and discussion. Today's topic is perfect or good. Which one do you think is better? This is a very powerful concept, and it needs to be considered definitely when we are talking about our mental wellness. You better pay close attention. You will realize by the end of this discussion on how deeply this affects you and your mental wellness. You would remember last week's topic, it was about measuring up. And before that, we had discussed about comparisons. And today, talking about this topic is, in a way, adding up to all our earlier discussions. This topic on perfect or good. Let's start with a story. Once upon a time, there was this kid who wanted to make the perfect toy out of his Lego blocks. He used to play with his Lego blocks for hours together. All hours after hours. But would never feel happy with what he had made. At the end of it, he would just break everything out of frustration, whatever he had made, because it just wasn't coming out the way he wanted it to be. He would do this every single day, by the way. Put the Lego blocks together, make something. Then he would realize that it wasn't the way he wanted. Then he would break it again. And then again, he would take a go at it the next day. Whatever he made was never perfect as per him. He would get so angry and so frustrated that he wasn't able to make the model as per how he wanted. His perfect model. He just wasn't able to get there. He was supposed to be playing, right? But was he really playing? Let's get back to the story at the end of the podcast. You know, the chase for perfection is eating up people from inside, deep inside. Whether it is a document that you're working on, whether it is a food that you eat, whether it is a work that you do, the money that you make, whether it is a holiday that you want to go on. You want everything to be perfect, right? Social media and all other streaming channels, they ensure that you're constantly fed with instances of perfection. Oh, they're not at fault, by the way. They're only feeding you what you want. Instances of perfection. It seems that everything around you is just perfect. Doesn't it seem so? Then why would you not want the same in your life? Think about it. So what is this perfection all about? Perfection is the holy grail, in a way, that most of us seem to be obsessed with. Most of us are constantly chasing it in our lives. It never comes within our grasp. We can never get a hold on it. That's right. We are all chasing perfection in some manner or the other, but it just eludes us. Some are chasing it for themselves, while some are chasing it for others, their relationships, their bosses, etc. And by the way, why wouldn't you want to have perfection in your life? Perfect personality, perfect body, perfect relationships, perfect jobs, perfect children, perfect wealth and money, perfect health. Oh man, the list just goes on and on and on. You want every bit of your life to be perfect, don't you? even the stories that you tell yourself are perfect. Think about it. Even when you get something or someone in your life that looks or sounds perfect, you figure out some way or the other, some fault or the other in it or in them, and decide that this wasn't the perfection that you were chasing. And then you start looking out for something else. Fault finding is not the real issue here. You may think that's the issue. It is not. It is a chase for perfection that is a deeper issue. On an aside, when someone finds a fault in you, pay close attention. When someone finds a fault in you, you just don't like it, right? Because they've just shattered your own view of perfection. Or they've just resonated what you knew all along, right? So fault finding is not the real issue here. By the way, before we move on to the detailed part, before we dive in deep, remember one thing, underline one thing. Perfection just doesn't exist. It's an unreachable goal. It's a goal that fuels a never-ending process. Never-ending process where you keep trying, where you keep adapting. It just doesn't end. So remember one thing, perfection means end of that road. It means a full stop. But consider this, if anything in this world, let's say nature or anything in this world were perfect, then it wouldn't be constantly improving and evolving, would it be? By the way, whatever didn't improve or evolve eventually perished. So perfection just doesn't exist. It would be futile to think that perfection exists and that you are going to achieve it either today or some other day. It's not going to happen. So get this clear. Perfection doesn't exist and is unattainable. It is just a construct of the mind. And like other mind constructs, this also causes you a lot of issues. So let's understand, where does it come from? Like a lot of things in life, this also has deep roots in your childhood. It makes me think most people may actually be children from inside trying to act as if they are grown-ups, right? Anyways, coming back. It is human nature to try and do something in the best manner possible. It's human nature to be the best. It is human nature to learn and grow, to expand. Just that this quest for perfection extends that human nature a bit too much, too much. It's a kind of internal competition. If you've realized this already, it's a kind of internal competition, whether it is with yourself or with others. Last time we looked at measuring up, right? This is also, in a way, a kind of measuring up. It's an internal competition. Sometimes it's done to get approval from others. And sometimes it's done to get approval from your own self. Earlier we've seen how this business of seeking approval is a nasty business. You know that, right? That happens. Getting that feeling of being valued by others gives you a sense of being worthy. And this makes you chase more approval from others. That entire sense of seeking approval, it's a nasty business. Eventually, this entire business is not a quest for perfection. It becomes a quest for approval and worthiness. And that quest for perfection, it eventually becomes a mind condition that is designed to avoid shame and blame. You just want to be perfect so that you don't feel ashamed or you don't want to take any blame for others. It's still a mind construct, remember that. The main root for this drive for perfection is that you are not good enough and what you have is not good enough. And hence, it needs to be bettered. You need to be bettered. And this betterment eventually should be perfected. That's where it all comes from. It is nasty business, I'm telling you. Now, this also has a lot of issues, and these issues create trouble with you being mentally very well. Let's look at what big issues do you have or do you face with this. The quest for doing something perfectly almost always leads to the opposite of not doing what you started out to do. It leads to a lot of discontent and inadequacy within yourself, and it eventually leads to self-blame and self-criticism. I'll tell you what it fuels in you. It always creates feelings in you which tell you, if only I had done this better, or if only I was better, or if only I had better things, or I'm not good enough. Internal dialogues like these, that's what this creates. Then you don't question this drive for perfection. Instead, you start questioning yourself and your worthiness. You see where this is going to? This is clearly impacting you and your mental wellness. Mental wellness 0, quest for perfection 1. Sadly so. So this leads to a lot of frustrations, obsessions with predefined outcomes, rigidity. When you want something perfect, you've already decided that this is how it should be, and this leads to predefined outcomes, right? So what should you do about all this? First of all, try to change your context in all of this. Do an exercise. Step out into nature and observe some trees around you. Let me know if you spot a perfect tree. In all probability, you will not. But whatever you will spot will always be good enough. Remember this, nature doesn't go for perfection, it always goes for good enough. Then why are you obsessing over perfection? So first, replace perfect with good enough. Know this, underline this. Perfect is not the next step to good. It is the opposite of good. We think that perfect is the next step to good, better, best. Perfect. It doesn't work that way. Perfect is actually the opposite of good. You never thought of it that way, right? Everyone is so tuned in to go for what seems to be the best amongst all the options available, and hence you start thinking that perfect is better than good. It is not. Sometimes you may have something that is good enough, then you obsess over it to make it perfect. It doesn't become perfect, by the way, but you tell yourself that it has. Good to go is good enough. Use your time wisely. You have other better things to do in life, right? When you realize that good enough is way better than perfect, you actually can achieve much more. When you know that your relationships are good enough, you will stop going out of your way to make them perfect or to poke holes into them. When you know that the work that you do is good enough, you will stop overcompensating to try and make it perfect. When you realize that you are good enough and that there is no need for perfection there, your life becomes fulfilling and content. This time, mental wellness 1, quest for perfection 0. Another thing to do is replace perfection with curiosity. Become more curious about how things will turn out rather than trying to perfectly influence how they turn out. This will help you to lose your rigidity and your obsession with specific outcomes. Third thing, encourage yourself to make mistakes. Something I hugely benefited from. I did this exercise once for myself, where I said, I'm being too much of a perfectionist. From now onwards, every time I make a mistake, I will celebrate that mistake instead of shunning it. Try it for yourself. It's a very, very empowering exercise. I, by the way, even tried to make mistakes by design, by suddenly changing some plan at the last minute, so that something doesn't go as per plan. Hugely empowering. So encourage yourself to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Perfection is not that big a deal. Even if you make mistakes, you can still have something that is good enough. But perfection doesn't allow you the scope to make those mistakes. Remember that always. Fourth, bring in play. When you are on this quest for perfection, you don't have time for play. But when you are in play, you don't have time for chasing perfection. Which one would you prefer, by the way? Fifth, don't attach yourself to others' opinions of how perfect you should be. By the way, they are doing this by comparing you to someone or something else, which in their opinion is perfect. This entire thought, this opinion in itself is not perfect, by the way. So why do you want to attach yourself to that imperfect opinion? Let's come back to the story that we started at the beginning of this episode. So, coming back to the kid who tried to make the perfect Lego toy, this kid was never happy or content with anything. Always frustrated, always angry that he didn't get the perfect model that he was aiming for. Only when the kid understood that the joy of it all was from the play and not from creating the perfect model, did the kid start having a super fun time with all of it. He was actually doing what he wanted to do, which is to play. He just didn't see it that way. You would have realized by now that this story is a metaphor for each one of us. Each one of us. We are doing what we love, by the way. Just that our objective to seek perfection from it is screwing us up. Let's watch a movie like we always do. And let it not be perfect. Just suppose that you were to continue throughout your life on this drive to be perfect. What if you were to do it for the rest of your life? How would your life look like? And if you were to flip it, what if you were to go with good enough only instead of perfection? How would your life look like? What shifts for you? And how does the movie of your life take shape? And while you're looking at this movie, think about this. Who have you become with your personal quest for perfection? And who could you possibly become if you were to shun perfection and embrace a feeling of good is better than perfect? Why is figuring this out so important for you right now? How would you like to embrace good instead of perfect in your life? And what steps would you like to take right away? So stop chasing perfection and stop talking yourself out of life. Go on, drop your perfectionism tendencies, embrace the concept of good enough, create more time and space for yourself in your own life, and allow yourself to live life a little bit more. Your life may not be perfect, it just needs to be good enough, right? Thank you for listening in. If you like what you're listening to here, please share it, please pay it forward. Share it with people in your family, in your group who could also benefit from this. This could be one of the ways in which you could contribute to their life. Once again, welcome to your Alpha Life project.